The 21st century is here, bringing with it the information age. Through the miracle of technology, critical thinkers everywhere celebrate and share their unique opinions with the globe. We invite you to join us two amateur television hosts on our journey to learn and experience everything the world has to offer. Live from sunny San Francisco, pull up a seat, put on your thinking cap, and get ready to express yourself. Because in our modern times, everyone's a critic.
Hello and welcome to Everyone's a Critic, a show where we'll be reviewing some of our favorite things and some things we might not care about so much, but we'll give them a fair chance. I'm Braith, and this is one of my best friends in the whole world, Jason.
Hey, how are you? Welcome to the show. We're really excited to have you here. We're going to be discussing just one topic today, although we hope to, in future episodes, explore a rainbow of different topics.
That is kind of the premise of the show. We'll be just touching on one topic per episode. We do want to be fair critics, so if we do actually not like something, we'll say so, but we tend to like a lot of stuff, so I don't think that will be a huge issue on the show. Definitely
agree, and if there's any kind of conflict of interest or anything like that, we'll be sure to let the audience know right away.
Yeah, Jay took a little more, what is that, journalism class than me?
Journalism, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know the being impartial and all that, but I'll just give you my honest answers.
Yeah, I guess a little bit of background about me. I was features editor of the Pomegranate back at Granada High School.
Yeah, that was our high school newspaper.
Mm-hmm. So,
what, did you like that? Was that a fun job or?
Yeah, it was fun.
I don't think I would have that much fun.
No, it was great. Yeah.
You wrote the articles?
Yeah, I did the layout, wrote the articles. I came up with actually, before there was no real rating system, I introduced kind of a 5-star system.
So you might call yourself a bit of an early critic.
You might. Yeah.
Well, that's a great lead into what the show's about. We're going to be actually this week reviewing ice cream.
Yep.
It's not that controversial.
A little bit of a controversial subject.
I would argue that it's not. I feel like most people...
Well, I don't know. Some people like it. Some people don't. There's kind of two sides of the fence to be on.
Yeah, it's not black or white. Some people think it's just okay.
Yeah, you might say it's chocolate and vanilla.
That is
a little ice cream humor.
Those are two common flavors. Yeah. Let's jump into the review portion.
Right.
We actually don't. You didn't bring ice cream, did you?
I forgot.
Okay, so we're going sheerly off memory here. I mean, as journalists, we didn't want to just review it on the spot. We've put several hours and I guess our lifetimes into this because you're getting ice cream a lot as a child and throughout life. But, it's unfortunate that we didn't have any, but it's okay. I'm not too concerned about it. Well, this kind of looks like an ice cream if you think about it.
Yeah.
Well, ice cream cone with one scoop.
What if I take a bite?
Don't. It's not strawberry.
Just kidding.
It's black and white and strawberry, or chocolate and vanilla strawberry.
Well, traditionally you would have the flavors. Do you want to run down some of the flavors?
Let's run down some of the top known flavors.
Well, you got vanilla.
Vanilla, 1. Chocolate, 2. We already discussed that. And strawberry.
Yep. Banana.
Is that an honest flavor?
Might be.
I actually don't ever recall seeing banana in an ice cream store.
Yeah, I mean, something else we could kind of do is run down some of our favorite ice cream memories.
Okay.
You go ahead and take the lead on that one.
Well, here's the thing is I'm not huge into ice cream.
That's interesting.
I think it's okay. I enjoy it when I have it, but I feel like everybody I know, yourself included, likes to eat a lot of ice cream, whereas I'll have a couple bites and consider myself good.
I definitely do enjoy ice cream from time to time. I will sometimes enjoy 2, maybe 3 scoops. If I'm feeling crazy, we'll get some different toppings in there.
The toppings I agree with. That's a great touch to really liven it up, but it's still too rich for me. Like it's
That's interesting.
A lot of cream. If I get more than I don't know if we should say company names, but like a place where there's 31 flavors, if I get more than 1 scoop there, I'm out of commission for the day.
Yeah. You're not asking for another one.
Absolutely not. I just don't feel good. But I do feel good eating it at the time. It is yummy.
So you're saying you haven't really had ice cream in a while?
The last time I had ice cream that I can remember was maybe over a year ago. I can't recall a time sooner than that. I mean, there's like events where people will have ice cream and they'll offer me some and I'll take just a taste, but I'm not eating a full-on cone or bowl.
Or even cup or anything?
None of that.
You're not going in for a little taste?
Nope.
It's interesting.
Well, I mean, I do go in for the taste.
But just a little...
And then I'm out. Yeah.
Okay, so you're more of a sampler than a...
Mm-hmm.
You don't go for the full scoop.
But yeah, I would never go into an ice cream establishment and only ask for samples, then leave, because that would be rude.
You could do it.
I could do it, but I'd feel bad for the staff.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be a fan of that. I definitely am a bit of a ice cream hound. I get ice cream whenever I can. I love ice cream. And I had ice cream actually just yesterday. Me and a couple of buddies got in a car, went down to Fenton's.
Oh, that's right.
That's actually the place where they get ice cream in the movie Up, Pixar movie.
The animated feature. Do they use the actual footage of where you went, or
it's actually animated, so it's based on the ice creamery, but it's not filmed there because it's cartoon.
They didn't do any of the concept art there?
It's hard to say. I haven't seen it in a few years.
Fair enough.
On DVD.
They have special features on there. You might be able to research that maybe before we start the show. But
yeah,
well, let's just assume that they probably do it in the studio. Pixar is also located very close by to us in Emeryville, California.
It's true.
So there is potential that they could have gone to the ice cream shop to animate.
You mean they kind of load up the laptops, bring everything down to
I wouldn't say
Fenton's?
Probably just sketchbooks and coming up with the idea of what an ice cream shop looks like.
So Lasseter's loaded up in the truck. They're going down there and kind of...
Did Lasseter do that movie?
He's heavily involved. He kind of had fingers in every pie, so to speak.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Does Fenton's have pies, or is that just ice cream?
More of a metaphor, but they probably have pies too. I'm not exactly sure. So me and a couple buddies actually were at Fenton's.
Yeah,
yesterday.
I noticed. I saw you guys were having fun there.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Didn't get a chance to make it over, unfortunately.
Yeah. Where were you?
Well, I didn't know about it until after.
That's interesting. You should come, dude. It was me. Nate was there. Logan was there.
Yeah.
We're just chilling.
Yeah, no, I love those guys. I didn't know about it.
Yeah, well,
so Fenton's aside, I think we should just be talking about ice cream in general.
But specifically when we went to Fenton's, it was really good.
It looks like the pictures looked great. Everybody looks
really
like they're having a fun time.
Yeah.
They do kind of decadent ice cream arrangements, it looked like.
Sundays. And it was cool because it's a pretty busy place. We were there on a weekend. And we got right in. We were 3 guys, but we sat right at a 4-top. So there even was an extra seat there and everything.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It was cool. We had a little leg room, could stretch out.
Understandable. How parking?
So parking over there actually is pretty difficult. It's a weekend, like I said, and we had taken 2 separate trucks over there. So Logan and Nate were able to get in over there really easy. They actually got parking right out in front of Fenton's, but then I had to kind of search around. The neighborhood is not really that hospitable to Fenton's people. There are a lot of cones, people not wanting to park.
It's a neighborhood that's in, correct?
It's right on the edge of the neighborhood. It's a pretty small, quiet kind of place. So I'm kind of driving around in my truck, and finally I go down this little alleyway, and I was hoping I was going to find parking over there, and I saw a big opening, and then the end of the street's blocked off, I noticed. And I said, okay, that's cool, though, because I can park. Big sign, no parking, only for residents. So I got 2 trucks on this side of the street, 3 trucks on the other side, and they're up on a curb and everything, but I can't turn around. So
and they were city trucks, or
I think they're just residential, trucks of people who lived in
they
the area.
knew kind of their limitations of how they could park and where.
I don't think it's a permit situation. It's more kind of just
they're doing construction, or okay.
Well, they could have been doing construction. I don't have all the information.
So that would, I guess we're not reviewing Fenton's in particular, but if that were the case, I'd probably knock it down a couple points for parking.
To be honest, it is such a hassle to get over there. I might.
Yeah, and is there a bus stop nearby, or?
I don't have the information on that.
Okay. Well, back into just ice cream in general. So we kind of listed off some of the bigger flavors. One I noticed we did not touch on, which was a childhood favorite of mine, is mint chocolate chip.
Oh, that's a great flavor.
Because I think there's something about just having a bunch of cream at once that kind of messes with my palate. So I like having it broken up with, I know we mentioned toppings earlier, but the chocolate chips embedded in this case kind of gives me something to chew on.
Oh, it's a textural thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But delicious flavors in that. And again, I can't eat that much, but when I do have a choice, that's usually what I would go for.
Yeah.
That or like a cookie dough also has little chunks of, I guess cookie dough, but you could chew on those too, and it kind of breaks up or changes up the texture.
Sure, it gives you kind of a little bit of variety in there with the flavor.
Yeah.
I like all those flavors. Actually, not to keep going back to this, but me and Logan and Nate, when we're hanging out, we actually had we got chocolate chip or mint chocolate chip. We got cookie dough. Kind of, I mean, if you were there, you could have kind of indulged with us.
No, yeah, definitely. I would love to go back next time. Maybe when you guys go, give me a call or something. Because it is a little ways away from me, so it's not like I could just, see, my buddies are hanging out there. And then
I don't know. It kind of slipped our mind. I mean...
Yeah, understandable. But just like if I see it on social media or anything, I'm not going to see that and go think, well, it's going to take me an hour to drive there. So by the time I actually make it there, you guys are probably going to be done eating. How long were you actually there for?
We were there probably for about an hour, 90 minutes, something like that.
Okay, yeah. I feel like...
Yeah.
I probably noticed you guys were there when you were getting served. That's when everybody was posting pictures and stuff. And don't get me wrong, it looked great, but simply didn't know. But
yeah, it was kind of a spur of the moment thing. We didn't really like plan it out too much. I had talked to the guys earlier in the day and kind of said maybe we'll go get tacos. Following the taco excursion, we might go also get ice cream a little bit later. But this was only 6-7 hours in advance of the actual time.
So you guys were actually hanging out all day before? Basically
all night and then all day too, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's next time for sure I'll go. I think I was just at home most of the day. Probably doing chores, cleaning and stuff.
Well, it sounded like you were busy anyway, so probably couldn't have even made it out.
None of it was that important, but I mean, I did get a lot of stuff done. Just none of it was like fun.
Well, these guys.
Yeah, no.
These guys.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of goofballs then.
Yeah, I wish you could have caught, honestly, if you had caught some of that, you would probably had fun too, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Next time, just make it out. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we'll figure that out for sure. Yeah. Again, back to ice cream. There are many different ways of eating it.
Yeah.
And I would say my particular favorite, if I had to choose, would be an ice cream sandwich.
Oh, that's a pretty good option.
Yep. And for the viewers out there, if you don't know, what an ice cream sandwich is typically one scoop of ice cream in between two cookies, and those act as bread if it was a proper sandwich. And those are smushed together. Usually the whole thing is frozen together, so it's not really melting apart unless you go to like a fancy place like Fenton's. Do they do ice cream sandwiches there?
Yeah, I think Logan may have got an ice cream sandwich actually to go with with this Sunday. We're kind of going all out and having a great time.
Yeah, no, that would have been great.
Yeah,
that is typically my favorite style of ice cream to eat.
Really, it's all hand scooped there too. It's really kind of old fashioned. It's great. That's the place they go to in the movie Up.
Yeah, we touched on that earlier. That's was that Pete Docter that did that movie?
I think you might be right. Lasseter might be executive producer on that one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think he was directing. I mean, I'm sure he is at Pixar, so I'm sure he had his hand in it in some capacity, but it may have been Pete Docter. I think he did Monsters, Inc. as well, which
possible.
I don't remember them having any sort of ice cream in that.
Yeah.
They do get sushi at one point, but that's for another episode.
Wait, are we sushi? Are you talking Cars 3 where Mater eats the wasabi?
Wow, sushi's a big...
Actually, coming back into the theme here, he thought it was pistachio ice cream, and he ate wasabi.
Yeah, I do remember that. Was
I laughed still just thinking about that moment.
I couldn't. The thing is, pistachio ice cream sounds good. I have not had it, so I can't say.
It's good.
But to think you're getting that, and then if you've tasted wasabi, I don't know if the viewers at home have, it's spicy.
Yeah, it's gonna burn you a little bit, especially here in the sinuses.
You're getting a sweet treat, and then to be hit with something like that, that I understand the comedy in that bit.
Absolutely, he kind of yelped, and actually, Cars 3 was directed by John Lasseter, as far as I know.
That I believe is correct. I think he did all the Cars.
Oh my gosh, this is Cars 2. This is not even Cars 3.
Was that not Cars 3?
Cars 3 is the one with the...
Oh yeah, no, I saw that one too.
Cristela Alonso plays the character.
That's a totally different movie, but I think he did that one as well. I meant he did all three Cars. Yeah. I do remember that.
Perfect trilogy, in my opinion.
In Cars 2. Mater being one of the trucks that's so funny and aloof for him to pull that kind of a stunt was.
Yeah, it was pretty comical.
Yeah. But yeah, so like Logan may have got an ice cream sandwich, but what did you get there, but what are your favorite kind of preparations of ice cream?
Like I said, I'm a big ice cream hound, so I love all different kinds of flavors and preparations of ice cream. I like cone, although right now the viewers may notice I actually do have dental braces as an adult, so I can't eat the cone that much. It's too crunchy. But I do traditionally love a cone, waffle cone, chocolate dip waffle cone, chocolate dip ice cream soft serve, get the cup. I mean, I get the sundae, I get a milkshake, get a malt. I like it all.
So I guess when you put it that way, there are quite a few more variants of ice cream that I do like. I do enjoy a malt and a milkshake.
Oh, interesting.
But those are more manageable, I guess, is why I enjoy them more, because they're in a cup, so you're not making a mess everywhere.
Sure.
And you don't feel pressured to eat all at once because it's not going to melt and get all over your clothes or anything.
That is a big pitfall of ice cream, definitely.
Yeah.
You got to watch out for drips and all this kind of thing.
Yeah, and you're still dealing with that with the ice cream sandwich, because you'll be eating from one end, much like a regular sandwich. If you were eating it and some of the meat and mustard falls out of the bottom, like you have to be careful with both types of sandwich.
Definitely. I was just eating a sandwich earlier, and then I went to go wash my hands after. I come out of the bathroom and I noticed I still have mustard like on my fingernails. I can still see it right now.
So you didn't really do a good job of washing your hands.
Well, I probably did about 30 seconds per hand, but I didn't get in all the cuticles. Like, honestly, look at that. You can see a little mustard right there.
That's, yeah. I mean, think about that in just terms of germs of what you're missing. But yeah,
not to digress.
Yeah, so since we don't actually have any ice cream on set today.
Yeah, I got to apologize again for that. I was just up a little bit late with the guys last night. And it just kind of slipped my mind.
Yeah.
I got a late start today. It slipped my mind because we were out at Fenton's, ironically, eating ice cream.
I would think that because you were at an ice cream establishment, that would help you remember. But I understand having that much fun and then just kind of...
Yeah, today I kind of...
Your job slips your mind, but...
I didn't want to get into this on the show. I didn't forget. I was a little hungry on the way over. I already ate it. What are you gonna say? I was hungry. I was riding high off of the Fenton Strip last night with the gang. And I needed more ice cream. I felt like it's such a good food. I enjoy eating it so much that why should I...
You can't have that in place of a meal. That's not a full food. That's a dessert.
No, dude, I got vanilla, so there's not like a lot of like candy and stuff added in there. It's almost like frozen yogurt, honestly, which is almost like yogurt, and I eat yogurt all the time.
Vanilla is the base flavor. It's still ice cream. There's a lot of sugar in there.
I thought the sugar was just like the additives and this kind of thing.
No, that's the core of ice cream. So you add flavor to vanilla, but what vanilla is just...
It's just more like milk. It's just white.
No, but there's a lot of sugar in there.
You sure?
Yeah.
Very interesting.
You're gonna make yourself sick.
I feel great.
All right. Well, I'm not one to judge as long as you feel okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I ate all the ice cream.
It's okay. So, do we want to jump into the final review?
I think we can kind of encapsulate our feelings, kind of our ice cream memories first, and then let's hop into we'll hop into the review after that.
Okay. Well, do you want to lead off?
Sure. So ice cream is something that to me is very important to me. Every time I go to grandma's house, she's got a new gallon of ice cream for me, usually from Lord's, which is a local favorite.
Mm-hmm.
They've got higher fat content, so it's going to be a little tastier. You've got mint chocolate chip, which you like.
Absolutely.
You have bubble gum, which is blue, has little...
I've actually had that at your grandma's house. Yeah.
It's a great flavor. And then my personal favorite is cherry vanilla, and she always gets me cherry vanilla. It has little maraschino cherries in there. And actually, the cherries make the vanilla ice cream pink, so it's kind of fun in that way, too. It kind of reflects our jumpsuits a little bit. Personally, I have a lot of very happy memories associated with ice cream. I used to eat it all the time. I still eat it all the time. You know, it makes me think about birthdays, 4th of July, Christmas, Hanukkah, any kind of party that I might be at. I'm always having ice cream there. So I associate ice cream with happier times, and also Oscars. I don't want to get into it too much, but every Oscars, I usually will get a pint of Ben & Jerry's And then what I'll do is I'll eat half. This is actually true.
Uh-huh.
I'll eat half the pint of the ice cream, put it back in the freezer for about 30 minutes, and then later I'll go back and just eat the rest of it too.
I've noticed that because we tend to watch the Oscars together.
It's true.
We kind of make our own guesses at what the winners are going to be prior to the announcements. But there is a moment during I guess it's not called the halftime, but the commercial break during the middle of it where you will go put away the ice cream that you had.
Yep.
And I'm thinking that you finished it because you tend to eat a lot of ice cream. But then sure enough, you come back later with the rest of the ice cream in hand, ready to roll for the big announcements that we're going Best Actor, Best Actress, Director, and Film.
Well, I want to make sure I have ice cream for the kind of the final announcements because then it adds to the celebratory mood of the whole night.
Yeah, no, understandable. And it is a thing where your mom will always offer me ice cream, but I tend to decline because I feel the pressure that I have to finish the entire pint. Yeah. And it's a lot of ice cream. Like I said, I only like to have maybe a bite or two, but it is a wonderful gesture and I'm very appreciative for it. I simply can't eat that much ice cream.
Yeah, that's true. I can definitely eat the whole thing in one go, and that's what I tend to do.
Yep. Yeah. And no shame. I mean, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it.
Yeah, I love ice cream. What can I say? Not to tip my review too much, but anyways, to sum up my feelings on ice cream, it's something I really enjoy. I'll eat whenever I can get the chance. And, usually I would say about 2 to 3 times per week, I'll be chowing down on some ice cream, whether it's at Fenton's with the gang, which you should totally make it out next time.
One of these times, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I'll try to let you know.
Thank you. Yeah. It takes me like an hour to get there.
Sure.
I have to know ahead of time so I can prepare. Right now my car is low on gas, so I'd have to stop at the gas station. Just adding another 5-10 minutes. So
the batteries on all our phones were kind of dead, so we couldn't really.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried about it. Just next time.
Yeah.
Keep me posted.
I'll try to.
I guess as far as my ice cream memories, I have the similar ones where I eat it at birthdays, and I can't really think of many other holidays besides the Oscars, of course, where I'm eating ice cream as a treat. It comes with the pie on whatever Thanksgiving, and I'll have a little dollop on top.
Sure, a la mode.
And that I enjoy because it's the juxtaposition of temperatures actually in this case, because the warm apple pie is then cooled down by the vanilla bean on top.
But you got to eat it quick because it's going to start to pool.
It will, it'll make the crust a little soggy, but I get in there pretty fast and finish it off. And that's actually a great memory because thinking about it, I'm like, oh, actually, I would enjoy having that right now even.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say too many memories are directly tied to ice cream, but I can remember having it at certain points in my life.
That's true. I can agree with that.
Don't get me wrong, they're happy moments, and I have nothing against ice cream in particular. It's just if I had to choose a treat, it's probably not going to be that. Again, not to tip my review in any direction.
Sure.
But speaking of, do you want to get into the review portion?
I think it's time that we finally kind of let's don our critics caps and get into it.
Okay.
And these are kind of a special design that I've come up with.
Mm-hmm.
These help kind of repel any negative thoughts, so we're not going to have any outside influence on our opinions as critics because we take our job pretty seriously.
Yes.
So that's kind of what these are for, and we take the job a little bit more seriously when we put these on.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like we're going to work, and you don't want to mess around while you're on the job or do anything unprofessional.
I think it's kind of as a sign of respect for the audience. They know when we put these on, this is our official opinion, and we can't be swayed by anybody else or outside negativity.
Again, there's many a critic online, but we want to be professional about it and give actual honest reviews and honest to ourselves what we actually think. So we don't want to offend anybody out there with our views or opinions, but we will be honest with ourselves first and foremost, and hope that you can respect that. And if you have an opinion, go ahead and send it on our way. We'll be eager to listen, and maybe we'll have a conversation about it.
Totally agree. The thing that I think is really important with this show that people remember is that all opinions are valuable. And so even though we are critics and we have the official critics caps on, it's okay that other people, you might agree, you might not agree, but everybody's opinion is important.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump right in, I suppose. Do you want to?
Sure, I'll kick things off. So, as I said before, just thinking back on my memories with ice cream, all the different flavors that I enjoy: vanilla, chocolate, banana, strawberry. I love them all. Hanging out with the gang, going to Fenton's last night was such fun. I can't give it anything less than an A+.
I tend to think that, like, I think it would have been fun to hang out with the boys last night and, probably had room in the trucks, but I enjoy ice cream and I enjoy hanging out with friends. I associate going out for ice cream with hanging out with your buds and maybe telling a joke or two. The actual food itself is delicious. Do not get me wrong. It's delicious. I simply can't eat that much. And I don't think that would be fair for me to judge the product on my level of consumption or ability to consume. So as a dessert and a sweet treat, I too will give it an A+. Wow. But I don't want the audience to take my word for it. I feel you should try this for yourself and come up with your own opinion and review.
That's great. I totally agree with you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that's been it for Everyone's a Critic this week. We hope you enjoy. Thank you for coming by. And if you have any thoughts or comments, please leave them in the comments or send us an email. Do we have an email address?
Yeah, it's right here on the screen.
Just leave it in the comments, actually. I'm not going to put the email on screen. That's because we're using that more for...
Is that more for like business?
That's business, yeah.
Okay.
So leave a comment in the section down below.
If you want to sponsor the show, though, please email the email address on the screen right now. We are accepting sponsors.
This is for business. This one, don't leave reviews at this one.
We're not going to, if it's a review, we're just going to delete it. We do value your opinion, but please, this is really only more for professional business opportunities.
If you would like to sponsor, please in the subject headline, put sponsorship, either question mark or opportunity, something along the lines. Make it obvious.
Business, sponsorship, or something. Sponsor the show.
There's a few rascals out there on the internet, I'm sure, but if you're going to leave a comment or review in the email, just put it in the title so I could delete it.
Yeah, and just as a little disclaimer, even though we are looking for sponsorships, we will not be swayed. So we're not going to review your product, or if we do review your product, at least we are going to be, professional about it.
And unbiased.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Going back to high school journalism, know all these rules about not accepting bribes and stuff like that.
I kind of learned all the tenets of journalism back in high school when I was feature editor of the Pomegranate at Granada High. And we did many features, and I couldn't be swayed, even when we did.
You did more of the layout?
Well, I did layout, but I also wrote articles. I actually featured you in an article, Cars with Character.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that, yeah.
Well, anyways, I wasn't swayed. I was honest in my critique of your car.
Right.
I did think it had character, though. So
a few fellow students in my fourth period social studies class ask if I only got in because you were the author of the piece, and that simply was not the case.
Absolutely
I just had an interesting car, and that was why you wrote the article.
I would agree with that, yeah. So we take our job seriously, so...
Absolutely. Well, that's been it for Everyone's a Critic. We hope you guys had a great time, and we weren't too offensive to anybody with our reviews. I know I got a little negative there, but tried to bring it on home in the actual final review portion. Jay, do you have any final words?
No, thank you very, very much, everybody, for watching. Thank you. Good night, and God bless.
God bless.